The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning, everyone. Steve Murray here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I'm sorry that we're starting just a little bit late here. We had a little technical glitch, which we have from time to time. A little weather rolling through here. I don't know if it impacted our internet or what happened, but looks like we are up and ready to go now. I hope you all are able to see the screen properly. If there are any issues and you are having trouble viewing right now, you should just be seeing a little note that says thanks for joining our webinar. And if you're not seeing that, please type in a quick message and let me know that we're having some troubles there. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, hopefully I'm going to assume everything is going smooth at this point. Again, good morning. My name is Steve Murray. I'm with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. We're going to talk today about Social Security claiming and how to best build business and assist your clients with Social Security knowledge. Our guest speaker today is Dave Pimper. Dave is the president of Lazarus Coaching, and he's been doing Social Security claiming webinars, actually Social Security claiming seminars for about 5 years now. I'm terrible on time, but I want to say that's about the right time frame for it. Had quite a few. We've been doing it and offering it to our producers for about 4 of those years, and it has been by far the most singly successful seminar approach to gaining clients we have had. So very pleased with the way things are going. Dave has done a great job of helping us with it. A couple of things that I will mention to you as we get started today that are more kind of housekeeping details regarding webinars in general. First, if you have any questions, type them in, hit send, and we'll get them asked and answered. There also will be some polls that will come up along the way. Appreciate you handling those as quickly as possible. Yes or no is all that we're looking for in general there. So let's go ahead and get started as we're running a little bit late. One of the things I want to make sure that you're aware of is a couple of things that we do that I would call kind of business builders. One is our RPM program, Referred Producer Money program. The other is marketing reimbursement. RPM, what we do is when you refer someone to us, we will pay you a small fee for the referral, take you out to lunch or what have you. But ongoing, we pay what we call Referred Producer Money, which is just an ongoing payout of what I would call a referral fee from IMs to you, and it's basically at about 20 basis points based on their annuity premium. So it gets to add up to some fairly substantial amounts of money, and we set those checks out. Mostly they go out quarterly. We do have a few folks who we do send them to monthly because they've gotten large and they use them for part of their business, so we've agreed to do that monthly. But generally we send them out quarterly to you, and those are singly the largest checks that we send out of here at IAMS right now. Of course, our business was built on referrals, so it only goes to it only makes sense that those would be some of our larger checks, and we're really happy to send those out. There's a lot of different ways that we can spend money to gain new relationships with producers like yourselves, but none works better than RPM for us. So it's a great way. We appreciate your referrals very much, obviously, and we're going to say thank you, but also we're going to send you some ongoing checks for that as well. So the other program that you need to be aware of is marketing reimbursement. It's a simple program, kind of you don't have to do much on it. As you do business, we put money into your marketing reimbursement program, and any time that you have expenses associated with your marketing, we will go ahead and reimburse those for you, basically dollar for dollar. We'll match your spend. So those accounts get to be rather large sometimes. We love that. We know when you're building your business and doing more marketing, that's going to make you more successful. And what we know here at IAMS is that when you're successful, that is how we get successful here. So we're going to do everything we can and make it as easy as we can for you to take advantage of marketing reimbursement. New producer builders. I'm just looking at our list of attendees. I see we're about half new producers or folks that have just recently joined IAMS, which is great. So if you look through that real quick, you can kind of see what we do. You can claim at any one of those levels, 100,000 point level, the 300,000 point level, or the 500,000 point level. As we're talking about Social Security, maybe Social Security seminars today, I will draw your attention to the Social Security program mailing at 3,000, the 300,000 point level, or take care of your mailing. You'll also see that we do something at the 500,000 level where we assist you in the coaching with Dave. What we will do at the 500,000 level is we will we'll pay for your coaching. We'll buy your materials for the coaching from horse's mouth, and we'll do your first. And I think we actually do that at 5,000 piece mailing on the Social Security side. So we'll get you your first couple of seminars will be on us when you do 500,000 in business with us to get started. So great program, whether you want to use it for that or whether you want to use it for a trip to a local Ritz-Carlton or get a new iPad or get a new website or whatever you want to do. And we'll also just allow you to put money into your marketing reimbursement account at a pretty high rate as well. So there's a couple different ways that you can take advantage of new producer bonuses. The main thing is that I help you take advantage of it. Back office support. Those of you, and I know, as I mentioned, we got a lot of folks on have been regular producers with us. Those of you that are fall into that category know that our back office support is very good. Whether you're on the annuity side or the life side, we've got a crew of folks there. It is really gotten to the point now where it's the largest part of our business is to support you in growing your business. So we have quite a few employees dedicated to that part of the business to make sure that your business goes through what we call from submission to commission just as quickly and smoothly as possible. Don't see that changing anytime soon. We get a lot of great feedback from our regular producers as how important that is and how much money and time that saves them and money it makes them or provides them with more relaxation as well. So a lot of great reasons for us to continue doing that. And we've got a great crew of people that does really very well. Whether you're looking for case design assistance, whether you need your quotes right away, as you all know, when you call here, you're going to get somebody that's going to answer the phone live and going to get you where you need to be as quick as possible. And whether that's a quote that you need or supplies that you need or whatever that you need to grow your business, we're going to help you do that business right away on the phone and get out what you need and make sure that that business goes through as quickly as possible. We've got a great creative marketing team. They do a great job with a lot of the solutions that each of you probably already do, or if you don't, probably want to take advantage of. So those are things like making sure you've got your logo right, making sure you've got your letterhead and business cards looking the way that you want them to look, making sure that you've got your website out there, helping you get your Facebook set up so you can use that for your marketing as well. There's a lot of different things that are just kind of what I call base level stuff that needs to be done that our marketing department can help you do. And we don't, if there's expense associated with that, that is actual out-of-pocket expense, like, for instance, actually ordering business cards and things like that, and getting them paid for and out to you. You can use marketing reimbursement for that. But as far as what our creative team does for you, as far as the time that it takes them, we do that at no cost. Our idea there is very simple, is that we work with producers like you all every day, and we can get that stuff done much quicker than you can do it on your own. We've got a great creative department at our fingertips that can help you with that, and so we want to make that available to you at as little or no cost as we possibly can. And there's no reason for you guys and gals to go through the whole process of having to try and set up all that stuff and do it all yourself when you've got somebody like a group like them at your fingertips that can help you. So give us a call if you need some help on any of those, any of that marketing and kind of pre-sale stuff that you need. Got some great brochures that we can get customized for you. We've got some really nice pieces. The websites are perfectly set up and easy for you to put in place. We can get those put in place with you really quick. So great ways to grow your business.
Hey, Steve, how are you doing?
Good morning, Dave. We got started just a little bit late this morning, so I'm zipping through this as quick as I can.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. I want to make you all aware of the IAMS website and what we're doing there. We talked about it just briefly a moment ago. Pretty simple. They're not stock out of the can, so you need to be involved a little bit in the process and the creativity of it, but a lot of it is pre-done. So we can get it set up and do that with a minimal. You can be as involved about as much or as little as you want to is probably the best way to put that. So if you don't have a website and you need to get one, well, let us help you with it. We can make it easy for you. Retirement Analyzer, very simple program. A lot of folks that use a Retirement Analyzer swear by it. They can't do without it now. It's a really comprehensive planning tool that helps you help your clients find out exactly where they are on their retirement journey. It helps them make sure that their risk tolerance and their risk taking are all matched up. It helps them understand better what they need to do differently to kind of get themselves on the road to where they want to be in retirement. So the Retirement Analyzer is a great program. It's one of those things that takes a little bit of commitment of time to get the information in right, takes some time with your client, takes some time with you. But once you get the information in right, you'll be surprised at the output, and your clients will love it. It's put together in a nice color-coded, easy to read, easy to understand format that you can walk through with your clients. And, it simplifies, where they're in the red and where they're in the green, where things are good, where they need to improve, and it helps you walk them through it on a step-by-step process. We make that available to you right now at no cost. We're taking care of the expense of that. We pay a monthly fee to have access for a certain level or number of our guys, and so far we've been able to do that at no cost to our folks that are doing business with us. So if you need some help on that, you'd like to see it, like to maybe get a little intro and maybe trial run it on a client or two, give Marcus Soller a call in our office. He kind of heads the point on that, and he will get you a login. He'll get you set up. He'll walk through one or two with you so you can get the feel for it, see if it might be a good fit for you. So again, take advantage of a benefit of being associated with insurance agency marketing services. IAMS Wealth Management. I'm going to throw a poll up here really quick while I'm talking, because we do have a poll we want to go through on this one. Hopefully it'll come up here for us. And so IAMS Wealth is about a year old now. We've seen a nice growth spurt here over the last 6 or 8 months. So things have been going pretty good at IAMS Wealth. And what we've kind of done, I think the reason for that is that we've kind of figured out our niche. And our niche is we're relatively, the fee cost to our associates is low. Our payouts are relatively high, and we have built a platform that is relatively simple for our guys to use. So we work with a lot of guys whose background is primarily or had been primarily in the insurance background. And what we've heard from them consistently is, hey, I've had my RIA elsewhere, but I just never had anybody that kind of walked me through the step-by-step process that I need to do business. I just never got to feeling comfortable, and you guys have done a much better job of that. So if you're considering adding an RIA to your business model, we would love to chat with you about that. If you are maybe not quite as pleased with your current RIA as you could be, because you don't feel like you're getting the support and the help along the way that you need, or maybe you're not happy with the way things are going from the return standpoint for your clients, we can certainly love to have a conversation with you about that as well. If you've been doing it a while and you just want to see what we're doing that might be a little bit different, again, just check yes on that poll. So if any of those would kind of fit your situation, check yes on the poll. It may be that you have not considered an RIA, or maybe you're thinking because of the kind of the rollback that we've seen on the DOL side that's not something that you want to do. Certainly we understand that. All that being said, we have certainly found that those folks that have added those assets under management as part of their business model have seen an overall increase in their insurance business as well. Got some really nice personal statistics from IAMS Wealth, which Charles will be glad to go over those with you. So if you're looking to kind of grow your business in a little bit different way, and you want to do it in a simple and assisted way as possible, IAMS Wealth would probably be a real good fit for you. So if you have interest in hearing from the boys and girl over at IAMS Wealth, simply check yes on that poll. If you're happy where you're at, or if that's not something you want to do right now, we certainly understand that as well. Just check no on that poll, and you guys have all been really good about that. I see already most of you have voted, so I appreciate that. With that in mind, I think what I will do, I see that a couple of you are not able to vote, so if you would like, because you haven't been able to vote, if you want to maybe chat with the folks over at IAMS Wealth, give me a call. My name again is Steve Murray. My number is 800-255-5055. Just give me a quick call and I'll put you in touch with Charles or Mike or Joan, who kind of handle the introductory stuff over at IAMS Wealth, and we'll see if we can't get you the information that you need to make a good decision. So looks like we're going to close that poll out. And thank you all for voting so quickly. I really appreciate that. See how fast we're moving along here, Dave?
Perfect.
All right.
We're doing good.
Thank you. So we've got some trainings that we do every year. We call them the IAMS Life and Annuity Academies. You can see before you on the screen some of the things that we go through there. Very solid information. I think the key is that first bullet point is that you will hear from 4 top producers on very direct, specific strategies and systems that they have used to grow their business. That's really the kind of the centerpiece, and will continue to be the centerpiece of our Life and Annuity Academies. I don't see that changing. We talk mostly about, we got a couple seminars, actually 3 seminars that we make available from Dave and Matt Gill. We have a very specific product positioning that John Enting makes available. And then we have Anthony Lawrence, and he talks a little bit about growing your clients' personal wealth through personal banking and how that can work. So you'll hear from 4 top producers. Beyond that, you'll hear from some company reps. You'll hear very specific sales and marketing strategies that we've learned from our producers over the years that have helped to grow their business. You'll meet our marketing team, our sales team. If in all of that will probably takes place when we go Wednesday. We'll bring you in. We'll have a little bit of dinner, a cocktail or 2. We'll start some meetings there Wednesday night. We'll go Thursday all day. Again, have a social hour in the evening, and then go half the day Friday and get you back to your home base. As it sits right now, we're taking care of all expenses associated with that. So if you're traveling from New Jersey or California, we'll take care of that. If you're driving, we'll take care of your mileage expense. We'll take care of your travel wherever you're coming from. And we'll also take care of your hotel and, of course, your meals and things while you're here. So the training itself, the expenses, the out-of-pocket expenses are going to be on us. We know that taking a few days out of your business is important for you, and you don't do that lightly. And so what I will tell you about that in general is that we have had what I would call extremely great feedback from folks over the past. We've been doing them now for 14 years. And over that time frame, what we hear most generally is it's the best 3 days, the best one they've ever been to. A lot of information, great stuff. Our feedback has been tremendous. So for those of you that may have attended that want to come back, I certainly understand that. I would ask you that if that is the case, if you would give me a call. We'd like to make this available as much as we can to folks that have not yet come to an academy, but we do make some changes in the academy from year to year to year. And if it's been a while since you've been in, I can certainly see the value of bringing you back in as well. So if you have interest in joining us, this is what will happen. If you check yes on that poll, then you'll get an email, and the email will show you the agenda from our last Life and Annuity Academy, so you can look at it kind of an hour by hour what we go over. We will also then send you a registration link, and when you register, what that does is get you on the list, and those are the folks that we call when we come up on Academy. So as it sits right now, we're probably looking at September before our next Academy. So there's still plenty of time to get you included if that's something you want to do. We'll probably have one more later in the year as well, and then of course we'll probably have another 3 or 4 of them next year. So if the timing works for you to join us at the next one or the one after that, that's great. You're not making a commitment at this point. What you're doing is asking to be included in the folks that we will call. So, and again, you folks have been great at voting. I appreciate that. There's about 5 of you that have not voted. That looks like you're able to. I don't know if there's a question or two. In fact, you may have a question. I got to look and see if any questions have come up. Okay, so the next one will either be in Omaha or Des Moines. So that will be the location of the next one. Again, no matter where you're coming from, we're going to take care of your expenses associated with your travel. Wednesday. So yes, we do not have the date set, but they're almost always Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you can look probably in the latter part of September at the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we will get date set, the actual date set for that one here very shortly. At this point, as I mentioned, all you're really doing is saying, hey, I'm interested in potentially attending. Tell me more about it. So if you hit yes, that's what will happen. If you've been in, or if that's not of interest to you, understand that as well. Just hit no on that poll. And it looks to me like everyone has now voted. So thank you all for that. I'm going to close that poll out. If you are one of the few people that for whatever reason is unable to vote because of a technical issue, just give me a call here at the office, 800-255-5055, and we will get you set up. With that, I'm going to close that poll. I'm going to zoom through. So our next meeting is going to be at the Ritz-Carlton, and that's at Naples, Florida. That's going to be August 25th through the 29th. We started qualification for that. It takes a total of $3 million of annuity premium, about half of that Medicare Sup premium. You can see right before you kind of how we count everything. All business that you do with IAMS gets counted towards joining us at our next Top Producers Marketing Summit. We'd love to have you join us. Naples is a beautiful area. That's a beautiful hotel right on the beach. Plenty to do in Naples, lots to see. So we'd love to have you join us out there in that time frame. If you have any questions about that, certainly give me a call. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, we had some difficulties in getting it started up, so I'm going to reload a quick PowerPoint here. Hopefully it'll come up. And Dave, I am sincerely hoping that we've got the right PowerPoint set up here for your show today. We looked through a couple of them and want to make sure we had the right one. So are you able to view us yet today?
I cannot.
Okay, so we'll walk through it together. All right, so without further ado, I'm introducing Dave Pimper, president of Lazarus Coaching. Dave, why don't you give them a little background on your specific, we talked a little bit at the outset on your specific experience regarding Social Security claiming seminars, and I didn't give them your rather extensive experience on seminars in general, so it might be a good opportunity for you to go over that with them.
Sure, thanks, Steve. And I want to appreciate everyone being on the line with us today for the webinar. I apologize for my voice. I'm still looking for it, so I lost it yesterday and looking for it today. So just bear with me. It's a little gruff. My name is Dave Pimper. I'm a producer, just like probably everybody on the webinar today, but I also coach, and I've trained people in the financial service arena for probably nearly 30 years now. And what happens is, almost the entire time, what happens is I've got a expertise around Social Security claiming. And, you know, there's only about 25% of all advisors really understand Social Security and how it works. And there's probably only 10 to 15% that could have enough information that could feel comfortable giving up and giving a seminar. Now, you know, what's interesting is when you look at how many people have like own stocks, I mean, it's around, you know, I think 15 to 18% of the people in the U.S. own stock. If you went into how many people own an annuity, it's a lower amount. But how many people claim Social Security? 94%. There's only 6% of adults that are Social Security age that do not have a Social Security benefit. So many people are claiming Social Security, and many of those people really do not understand it. Probably 95% of those people really don't understand the ins and outs or how to maximize that Social Security. So Social Security, learning that through coaching, which I do through the benefit of the IAMS coaching system, what happens is that it will make you more educated. It will make you more informed on Social Security claiming. Does that make you more money? Not per se, it does not. You have to get in front of more people, and that's where the seminar system comes into play. Now, not everybody is going to be a seminar player, okay? And the nice thing about this is a lot of people don't like, I don't mind giving dinners, but with this seminar, there's no dinner that is provided. I call it the Cokes, cookies, and coffee. So for about $1 a person, you're going to go in and give them some pastries or some coffee or water. And there is no dinner held at an educational setting like a library. or a community center or a school system of some type. And I've given nearly 500 seminars, 480 plus seminars since the mid 80s. I started in business in 1981, so 30 plus years. So does that make me an expert in seminar marketing? I have a heck of a lot of expertise. There's no doubt that things do change from time to time, but Social Security seminars, as Steve Murray on the line with us today with IAMS, would say that Social Security claiming seminars have probably been the best seminar system for years and years and years that we have been around. So what I want to do today is I've got two points that I want to do. One is to teach you a little bit about Social Security, but most importantly, just to give you an idea of kind of what the seminar system could do for you. It's a turnkey seminar system. I put it together. I do use an outside vendor's horse's mouth slides, have made some changes on that, kind of shine the wheel a little bit to make it a little more user-friendly. So let's do this. Steve, are we on the next slide that says Social Security income planning?
We are.
Okay, good. And I'll just kind of, you just make sure to stay with me. Here we go.
Yep.
So baby boomers. I want to tell you what, I'm 63 years old. I'm a baby boomer. President Clinton is one of the oldest baby boomers. So you know what? If you're born from 1946 through 1964, you are a baby boomer. And there's a ton of money with the baby boomers. I mean, it's been figured out that there's about 75 million baby boomers in the U.S. And of those baby boomers, turning 62, 3, 4, 5, 6 every single day is more than 10,000. So what happens is that this is a big money, the wealthiest money sector. They've worked their entire life. They were really on the front ends of getting the 401k. I remember way back in the early 80s, someone had almost a $50,000 rollover from a retirement plan. I thought, from a 401k, and I thought, how could that happen? I mean, that's a tremendous amount of money. Funny fact. I journal a little bit, not every single day, but probably every month. And I journaled some stuff back in 1998. And a coworker of mine, an administrator named Luella, and Luella went on the World Wide Web and purchased airline tickets. And I said in big letters, how the heck do you do that? Times have changed tremendously since 1998. But one of the things that hasn't changed very much is about the security and the underlying foundation pinnings of Social Security. I'm 63 now, but when I was young, and I want to know why they're taking money out of my check, and part of that was income taxes, but part of that was payroll taxes, FICA, Federal Insurance Contribution Act taxes, which fund Social Security. I was told that you better be saving because Social Security is never going to be around when you retire. Well, there's $2.9 trillion in Social Security right now in the trust fund. And the interesting thing is, you'll hear about people that they're going to start probably taking from that trust fund next year. If I asked you a trivia question right now, saying last year, was there more income coming into the Social Security Trust Fund, or was there more outlays going as far as the benefit? Most people would say there's been more outlays, but you know what? That's wrong. There's more income coming in by between 25 and 50 million dollars more money coming in the trust fund than going out. Now, 2019 will probably be the first year that starts running a deficit, and then it runs it hard. It runs it to between 2033 and 2035. That 2.9 trillion of that trust fund will be diminished to zero. It goes bankrupt. But when you think of something going bankrupt, you think there's no more money left, right? Well, there isn't in the trust fund. But remember, there's still payroll taxes coming in. In 1950, there were 16 people working in the U.S. for every person retired, 16 putting into the Social Security pot for every retired. Today, it's just under 3. In 10 years, it's going to be just under 2. But there's still, because we're a very aging population, but there's still 2 people working for every one retired. So we'll get about 75 to 79% of our money will be coming in. So just know it's a stable system. There's going to be the naysayers that say, hey, it's bankrupt. What's bankrupt? Not payroll taxes. The Social Security Trust Fund will go bankrupt, but not for 15 years. Well, I am 63, so I'll be 78. I hope I still live in the 78. But believe me, there will be some changes before that. But the baby boomers are the ones where so much money is rolling over. They have the highest benefit, but they also have the biggest 401ks, IRAs, personal savings, bank accounts, and that's the money that we're hoping to be able to uncover and give them some very good advice when it comes to financial planning. Okay, Steve, the next slide. Ages 58 through 67. And these
Yes.
are questions. Yeah, these are questions. And now I'm going to start going through pretty fast, ladies and gentlemen, because I'd like to get done around 11 o'clock, which is Central Time, which is in about 20 minutes. So I wouldn't go through this fast, actually, with the workshop itself. But when should I apply for the benefit? That's why people are coming to this workshop. You know, what's the best age for me to apply? How do I coordinate benefits with my spouse? You're going to hear about file and suspend has gone away because of the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015, but restricted application works very similar to that, and that's still available for some of the people that are there. How survivor benefits work. If I delay, what happens? If I take now, what happens? How about divorced? You know, will it be there? Those are all the questions which drive people through. I'm working with the workshop here tomorrow. You know, that they've got over 80 people that are signed up right now on Social Security. It's a hot subject. And if your production is a bit in the doldrums, or you've got very good production, say you're a $4 million producer with fixed indexed annuities, and you want to get that to 6. You know how you do that? Either talk to more qualified prospects or talk to more prospects who have bigger money. Because you can only work so many hours a week. It's tough to put more than 60, 70 hours a week. Most people don't want to work more than 35, 40. But working with bigger money, people who come to Social Security claiming seminars, they are the ones that are most interested in if I delay, how much more can I make? Which from full retirement age to 70 is 8% a year plus cost of living, 2% this year, which is 10%. Well, where can you make 10%? From a government guarantee with any kind of an investment. Yeah, a U.S. Treasury, a 10-year Treasury note is paying just under 3%. A 30-year is paying under 4%. 30 years. Bank CDs, good ones are paying 2.5%. No, this is a government guarantee. Plus it has a survivor benefit, a divorced benefit, spousal benefit, cost of living benefit. It has so many benefits that a commercial annuity, tough to compete with. Social Security is fairly amazing, and it keeps so many people out of the poorhouse. Absolutely. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Now, the next slide we're talking about, you see articles, how to maintain your Social Security benefits. Yeah, never used to be articles like this. Came out of the Wall Street Journal a few years ago. Your clients are seeing, and prospects are seeing more and more articles like this. Next slide. Social Security Maximization Seminar. Yeah, we're going to mail out to 58 and 67-year-olds. Well, if you're working, now if you're not working the pre-retired and just retired market, this may not be the great. If you're working a young market, this may not be the best seminar for you. But if you're working that pre-retired or just retired, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll show later, you're making kind of an adjustment, transitioning from Social Security to the actual money that they have, and we call that the 5 pillars of income. So this is what Social Security Administration Office cannot do. You know, they cannot give advice. Is that bizarre? The Social Security Administration Office cannot give advice of when to claim Social Security through advice. They can tell you what your highest benefit is right now. We can give advice. They don't want that responsibility or liability. We have errors and omissions insurance. We take on that liability to be able to help our client every single day, and the prospect that comes to us wanting to know and want advice on Social Security claiming. So we need to find out a little bit about how long they think they'll live. How is their health right now? How is the family tree's health right now? How about income that they have coming in, whether with pensions or annuities or income from other investments? How about other assets that they have that they could take income from? Well, once you go through, how about the RMDs if they're forced to take at 7.5? Once you get all that information, we can give a projection. Here is the best thing to do for you, and you can lay it out. And we do that through the horse's mouth. They do it through a software, and it's an analysis, Social Security claiming analysis software. So this is pretty in-depth. But you know what? Think about this. Think about just what you're learning a little bit today that you didn't know before. Once you go through 5 coaching sessions of 45 minutes each, you will know so much more. And then you do a little bit of reading in the interim, and you know more yet. And then you start working with prospects and clients of giving some ideas on the money they have, and you will know more yet. So it's really pretty cool system. Go to the next slide, please. So it talks about baby boomer Social Security. Okay, we go to the next slide, Steve. Full retirement age, FRA. So FRA stands for full retirement age. If you're born from 1943 to 1954, your full retirement age is 66. I was born in 55. My full retirement age is 66 in 2 months. Doesn't make any difference if it's January 2nd to December 31st. It's 66 in 2 months. Now, interesting enough, if you're born on the first of the month, it reverts for Social Security back to the year before. Don't ask me why. Goofy government rules. In 1960 is the latest. So remember this. Social Security 101, to make it simple, there's 3 ages or dates that are important with Social Security. It's the first date you can take, age 62. The last date you can take or you lose the benefit for then, 70. And then the middle date's called full retirement age. Okay? Next slide. What if you apply early? Yeah, and just in simplistic notes, if you apply before full retirement age, it's reduced. If you're born, and I'm just taking it hypothetically, we're all born here between 43 and 54 for a 66 full retirement age. Yeah, if you take it 62, it's reduced 25%. If you take it 63, it's reduced 20%. So, and it goes up and up and up to 66, you get your full retirement. So if you have a $1,000 benefit, you take it 62, you get $750. Actuarially, doesn't make a difference whether you take it 62 or whether you take it 66. Actuarially, it says that the break even somewhere 78, 79, or 80 between the two of those. But look at how many more people are living past 80 now. You go to the next slide. How about if you apply after full retirement age? Well, the first one is called an actuarial reduction when you have less. This is called a delayed retirement credit, DRC. If you wait 1 year from 66 to 67, it grows a guaranteed 8%. Remember, COLA is on every Social Security benefit if there is a cost of living increase. This year it's 2%. They're looking at next year at being 3%. It's a guaranteed 11% on your money. Well, think about 11% on your money. If you have a $2,500 benefit, if you go in and have an 11% increase, your benefit's going to grow $275. Well, I'm telling you what, over 4 years, that's over $1,000 that it grows in 4 years. That's a big retirement pension benefit from corporate America, but you have to work 20, 25 years. Here you have to delay 4 years. That delayed retirement credit, not for everyone, but for many people, can be a big deal of income, a guaranteed income annuity stream from the United States government. Next slide. Now, we go and we talk about spousal benefits. Now, I'm not expecting you to stay with me through every single thing here, to follow and track everything, but I want to show you some of the slides that we do. Spousal benefits. So if you got John's PIA, stands for primary insurance amount, is $2,000 at the age of 66. Jane's is $800. Say John takes his $2,000, Jane takes her $800. The lower benefit earner from a spousal benefit can take all of theirs or half of their spouse, whichever is more. Well, Jane's is 800. Half of John's is half of 2,000 is 1,000. That $200 is a top up. That's how the spousal benefit works. What happens if Jane was an at-home mom and volunteer and never worked, never got her 40 quarterly credits to get Social Security? You know what happens is she could still take $1,000 from John as long as John takes his. Next slide, divorced spouse benefits. Here's the triple play for divorced spouse. You had to be married for 10 years. I never said happily. Had to be married for 10 years. Your spouse is currently 62, or your ex-spouse is currently 62 or over, and you're currently unmarried. If you have those three things going, you can use your ex-spouse, whether they're married or not, or deceased even, just as if you're still married to them. And there's benefits of being married than being single. Wow. A lot of people don't take that. Next slide, survivor benefits. Here's an example. Joe and Julie are married, both over full retirement age, for the simplicity of this slide. Joe's benefits $2,000, Julie's benefits $1,200, and Joe dies. Julie can go in and jump up from her $1,200 benefit to Joe's $2,000. Does not happen automatically. I was just listening to a big radio host that been in business for a long time, supposed to have expertise in Social Security claiming, and I heard him say it's done automatically by the Social Security office. It is not. It's a benefit that you have to ask for. Not all are like that. But Julie loses her benefit, goes up to Joe's benefit. Pretty cool. That's how a survivor benefit works. Okay? And there's other more complicated and more in-depth through a file and suspend with survivor's benefit. But for the simple survivor's benefit, that's how it works. Now, quarterly financial spousal benefits. We'll go to the next slide. File and suspend is done. File and suspend is done. But if you go to the next slide, claim now, claim or later, called restricted application, is still alive and doing well as long as you were born before January 2nd of 1954. 1954. So let me tell you how cool this is. If you're born January 2nd of 1954 or earlier, then what happens is that this would apply to you. You could get this. Mike and Mary are both 66. Mike's primary insurance amount, PIA, is $2,000. Mary's primary insurance amount is $800. Mary files for her benefit because she wants some money coming on in. Mike wants to delay his. He wants to delay his and get the 8% in cost of living, which is 10% this year. It looks like 11% next year. Big deal. Well, and say they have enough money or he's still working to bridge that income gap. What happens is that Mike, instead of just saying, I'm going to delay mine and take my guaranteed 8% in cost of living, he restricts his application, restricts it to his spousal benefit. You can't take two spousal benefits at the same time, only one spousal benefit. So Mary's taking her, so he gets to take half of Mary's. That $400 is taken by him as his earns delayed retirement credits. Then he'll turn his on sometime later than 66, as late as 70. That $400, free money. $4,800 a year, over $19,000 over 4 years. What a cool deal. Now, what happens is, once Mike turns his on, say at 70, he could do before, say at 70, now Mary can take a spousal benefit. So you look at what his benefit was at full retirement age, $2,000. She can take all of hers, $800, or half of his, half of $2,000 is $1,000. She gets a top up now of $200. How cool is that? That's just free money jumping all around. And most people don't take the first half of that. The second half is automatic, but not the first half. You got to go in and request it. The Social Security office is not going to tell you about it. Okay, we'll go to the next slide. Remember I said Social Security can't give advice? They can estimate the best individual benefits you have, and they can't give you advice. Also, consider Social Security, and I do it through the pillars of income. So you got work, pensions, investments, required minimum distributions, and Social Security. But you're asking here about finding out all of their assets, and in that case, hopefully, there are some assets here that you can work with. We use horse's mouth. That's our kit. And Steve, I'm going to have you take over here pretty soon because my voice is just about out. But I know a lot about seminar marketing, a lot about Social Security and coaching. And Steve, I'm going to have you go through a little bit about the cost of horse's mouth and the cost of coaching. And I'll kind of leave it, and then he's going to put a poll up. If you'd like to talk to me, and hopefully my voice will be better by then, starting next week, then we can certainly talk and see if this could be some kind of a marketing structure that could certainly help you. I'm going to throw it over to you, Steve.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate you hanging in there as long as you were able to. So Dave talked a little bit about what Social Security Administration can and can't do and where we can kind of fit in the slot and really help and offer the proper advice to help people make the right decision about that. And Dave has been doing that now through Social Security seminars and through his one-on-one planning with folks for about the last 5 or 6 years, as I mentioned at the outset. So what we have been doing for about 4 of those years is offering his services to our to agents of IAMS at a heavily reduced cost. So for a producer to take advantage of his coaching via our we call it the IAM Scholarship Program, is $195. And so you get all the coaching, all his materials, and I think I'm going to show you those here shortly. Zoom through here a little bit. That's more about Social Security Administration. So, and then there's the Savvy Social Security platform that we use. So we use that Savvy Social Security system as a platform. That's about $500 to us. I think we get it for about $550, somewhere in that range for our producers. And that'll give you access to all of their marketing collateral if you needed it. It'll also give you access to their question and answer thing that some of our folks take advantage of. So that's a nice platform to have, but the real source, the real fountainhead of information on that and the seminar that we use comes from Dave Pimper and his team over at Lazarus Coaching. So all of his information is available via PowerPoint. You've got the webinars that you can tune into. You've got a nice marketer's toolkit. Everything that he does is FINRA reviewed, and he has newsletters, and he gives you kind of, hey, how do I get the folks into that appointment with that free analysis, and you have that via the Horse's Mouth software as well. So it's a great system. Dave has got a lot of experience. He really has done a great job in working with our producers. You know, the Social Security seminar is a much more kind of a student-teacher type of format. So if you've done seminars before and maybe felt uncomfortable with it or not necessarily always really comfortable speaking in front of groups, we found that folks that have had that feeling in the past have really done very, very well with Social Security claiming seminars. And the reason is because you've got a nice PowerPoint that you're looking at. You're basically at the outset, you're letting folks know that there will be no questions because everything that they might ask is going to be highly personal to them. And then you're just going through it and kind of going through slide by slide by slide. And really, it's kind of a teacher-student type of atmosphere. You're not, there's no food involved. There's, you know, as Dave mentioned at the outset here, it's a coffee and cookies type of event, and usually done at a location that has kind of more of a seminar type feel to it. So if you're, you know, local community college or a library or, you know, local school or something to that effect is really the right place to do these. And you'll get a pretty good number of people in the room. You'll do a mailing. It's about 6,000 piece mailing that Dave uses right now. Total outlay for the mailing, getting things ready and up and going for the seminars is about $3,000. And by the time that you're done, you're going to have probably 20 to 25 people on 2 separate nights, usually a Tuesday and a Thursday. And you're going to get a decent number of appointments for those. And you're going to have a chance to talk to them exactly about what you want to talk to them about, which is, you know, how to make sure that they've got the right amount of income to get them through retirement, how to best do that. So what does Dave provide besides that one-on-one seminar coaching? 5 sessions that he mentioned. There's also one of the things that Dave found this to be true, and almost everyone that we've worked with has found this to be true, and having the right language to help them understand how Social Security and how their other retirement benefits kind of mold together to give them a full retirement package, and how you work them through that process at your first appointment is really key. It's the key really to having appointments that lead to sales and having appointments that lead to just a Social Security analysis. So Dave's got a lot of that down and has learned that very well. And just from our standpoint, what we appreciate about what Dave does, just that ongoing help and support that he gives the guys. He's folks that he's coached and are doing those Social Security seminars, 3, 4, 5 years ago, still count on Dave for Social Security questions, for venue questions, for questions about, hey, I got a client that this is their situation. What would you do? And to us, that's really a key to having that one-on-one coaching that we provide and that we pay for the better part of here at IAM. So we think that's really important. Dave always says, the biggest downfall that he has ever seen with folks is that willingness to delay, to put it off, to think about something. If you've thought about doing seminars and for whatever reason decided that isn't something that you want to do, maybe you're, like I said, uncomfortable in front of a group, maybe you haven't found one that you like, I would encourage you to take a really close look at Social Security claiming as a seminar. You're going to get in front of a decent number of people on a regular basis. You're going to like the way that it feels in a seminar situation. It's relatively easy to do as long as you can spend the time with Dave on that coaching on the front end, so you've got the basic knowledge. That first appointment is going to be very easy. Doing the analysis is, click of a few buttons, so that part is easy. And then Dave can help get you through that transition language that you need to move as many folks as possible through the process of helping them with their Social Security and moving on to then further helping them with their other retirement assets. So that's really the key. Hopefully you will take Dave's advice and not procrastinate. What I'd like to do right now is I want to throw up a quick poll. And so we've talked a little bit about what we can do and how we can do it. And if you would like to get a little bit more information and spend some time with Dave on the phone and see if this might be a fit for you, on this poll that's open right now, if you just hit yes, and Dave's team will contact you, and Lynn will find a time that works for both of you and get a time set up with Dave. And I would guess that phone call, Dave is always willing to share and give you as much information as you want, but you can probably keep that phone call if you want to for your own schedule purposes to 15 to 30 minutes, somewhere in there. Get a real good feel for what can happen and what has worked for Dave in the past and how that has worked, and get an idea if it might be a good fit for you. So I would encourage you all, if you've ever thought about seminars at all, or if you're looking for a way to get in front of some new people at that pre-retirement stage, this is a great way to do it. We've had great success. As I mentioned before Dave joined us, we have offered seminar systems here for probably 17, 18 years now, and we have some that are very successful. And I would not hesitate to say that we've had guys that have made probably by now millions of dollars off of seminars. So they work. Seminars will work for you. None of them has met with the level of success that we've seen with Social Security claiming seminars. It has just worked well for a lot of different reasons. And frankly, it's a great way to build some notoriety in your area or in your town, or wherever you want to try and spread your influence. This is a great way to do it, and really it's almost unlimited as the people that you can talk to. So I hope that you'll give that some real consideration. It looks like we've had a few of you that have not voted as of yet, which is great. There may be a couple other things that you want to ask. Dave, how is your voice?
I'm doing okay. I'm a lot better now.
Good. So I've got 7 questions here about what the conversion is and what the dollars and cents of Social Security seminars is. Can you take 2 minutes of time and just walk them through that?
Sure. No problem at all. Yeah. So here's what happens is that this is on an average, and you understand it can be higher, it can be lower. But when I do a workshop, I mail out 6,000 pieces, and we're going to normally have 35 to 45 individuals come between 2 nights. We normally do a Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes Wednesday, sometimes Monday, like a Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday. So of those 35, 40 folks that come, we're normally going to have around 26 buying units. Of those 26 buying units, normally we're going to get appointments with about half of those. Okay? So if we get 12, 13 appointments, normally half of the half. So if you got 12, 6 appointments, we found money and it goes further. And of those, some we're going to close between 25 and 50%. So I certainly want to get 1 or 2 good sales. Sometimes we'll get 3 or 4. But what happens on that is my goal is to from a workshop that costs $3,000 or $3,500. We'd like to go in and get $250,000 worth of investable assets. Now, have we gotten a lot higher? Of course we have. Have we gotten lower? Not often, but sometimes we do. But that's, Steve, talking about averages, that's basically the average that I have gotten in the past.
Good. Perfect. Thank you. Hopefully that answers all of your questions there. I had a question. We skipped across the slide really quick, so I'm going to go back and show that. In order to do that, I'm going to have to take the poll down. So we've got a couple of folks that have not voted yet. If you could vote for me really quick. There we go. Thank you. I like that. We just ask and they acquiesce. I know there are a few of you out there that can't vote. Again, if you have interest in Social Security seminars and you're unable to vote, give me a call at 800-255-5055. Just ask for Steve. Dave and I will coordinate a time and get you on the phone with him. So I'm going to take that poll down really quick. So someone had asked about what the form that Dave uses at the end of a seminar. So you can see it there. Basically, he gives them a chance to give them the name, date of birth, all the opportunity information that they need, that he'd like more information, check a date and time that works for them, in a daytime and evening. And that's kind of the format that they use on that form. And what Dave mentioned a little bit earlier is he talks kind of about the 5 pillars of income, and Social Security being probably one of the biggest pillars for a lot of folks. So that's kind of some of the transitioning that goes on between, hey, let's talk about Social Security, and hey, let's talk about, are you actually going to be safe and secure in your retirement with the right income? That's some of the language that Dave uses to kind of transition there, and it's been very successful. And Dave would be the first one to tell you that when he did his first couple of Social Security seminars, that was the biggest issue that he faced. Getting people into the seminars, relatively easy. Getting people to an appointment, again, probably better conversion than you normally see in a seminar. But that moving them to that next step of, hey, now that I understand my Social Security, let's talk more about the other assets that I work with. Dave has perfected that. We have had folks that have used other Social Security claiming type strategy seminars and not been nearly as successful as they have been using Dave's language. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Let me just see really quick if we have any more questions that I've neglected here. Bear with me for just a moment. Good. I think we've got them all. So thank you all for bearing with us. I just answered one question that we had really quickly about the ability to get Dave's slide presentation. So all of the information that Dave makes available is available through his coaching. You will have the opportunity to re-listen to this event if you would like to. Technical difficulties and voice issues and all. And certainly we have some prior ones that we could make available to you as well, where Dave's voice is a little bit better if we can go back and look at some of the older ones as well. So you'll have opportunity to view these later. Thank you all for your attention and your patience with us today. We appreciate it a great deal. Here at IAMS, what we know is that when you're successful, when you are reaching your goals and meeting the requirements that you need for your business and your family and for your personal financial well-being, we know that's good for us. So those are what we try to make sure that we help you get to, is getting your business on a kind of a planed out and doing the way that you want it to be flowing along. So whatever we can do to help you, we're going to do that. You're going to like Social Security claiming seminars as a method to consider. Hopefully, it looks like most of you have requested some time with Dave, which is great. Hopefully that will be a new part of your business that will help you grow. Whether that is or not, or whether some of the other things that we do here at IAMS can help you grow your business, as always, we're here to help you. Thank you for taking some time and joining us today. Again, my name is Steve Murray. Number here is 800-255-5055. Give us a call. Let us know how we can help you grow your business. And finally, thank you all for taking some time out of your schedule today. Is there anything that you want to add, Dave?
No, thank you for bearing with my voice, and I'm looking forward to speaking with a lot of you, and hopefully we can get some folks on the right track of getting in front of more qualified prospects.
Great. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate you soldiering through for us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Everybody have a great day.
Bye-bye.